What's going on? Peace, light, and love. I am Priestess Shakesha Divine, and I am definitely bringing in a collective oracle message, reading intuitively. I wanted to check in quickly to talk a little bit about this energy that we're navigating. We are experiencing right now the Virgo new moon. And when that moon is in Virgo, baby, this is all about us checking in on the details, because Virgo energy is about those details. It's about perfection, right? Virgo is a modest and an analytical energy and everything. It rules over the sixth house. The sixth house is all about our health, our wellness, right? The things that we do as far as our occupation is concerned and everything. And so when Virgo, sun and moon is in alignment together, this is definitely a time for us to get reflective, right? To really recognize the details, where the devil is in those details, so that we can move forward, step into our power, and really come here doing those things that we came here to do. This is about getting into alignment for the assignment. We got some other transits that's working with us, right? We have the Uranus retrograde that just began on the 1st of the month. When Uranus goes into retrograde, when any planet goes into retrograde, let me check in and remind, then that means that that planet, it looks like it is moving backwards. We know that that's an illusion. However, how the energy expresses itself is in kind of an opposition as to what that energy typically would be. So Uranus energy, right? Uranus is the planet of rebelliousness, right? And the desire for freedom, instability. That's that wild card energy, right? And so with Uranus being in retrograde, right, there may be, it's possible that we can see a little bit more stability and a lot less volatility in our energies out here in these streets. So we have that's going into place. And then another major transit we saw yesterday also, where Pluto, it moved back into Capricorn. Now, this is just a temporarily step back, right? But when Pluto steps back into, and it's still in retrograde too, so this is also the review. This is about our transformation. Pluto, the energy of transformation, regeneration, rebirth, right? Pluto reveals those aspects of our life where we feel most powerless, right? And so when Pluto goes into retrograde, this is a check-in on your transformation, right? This is check-in on whether or not you have been, or where you're at on doing the work towards your transformation so that you can move into a greater version of yourself. So this Pluto being in Capricorn and it being a generational planet. Generational planets are planets that affect an entire generation, as opposed to personal planets that only affect you on a personal level. The generational planet of Pluto is affecting us, where the generational planet of Pluto, how it's affecting us, and it's stepping back into Capricorn, is checking in on all of those things themed Capricorn, right? So this is about the transformation check-in on discipline, on structure, on those things that we need to do hard work in, right? And also, Capricorn is the energy of authority, right? Authority figures and everything. So a lot of how leadership has been operating and moving and navigating in these streets, right? So Pluto comes back in the Capricorn to kind of check in to see if we're going in, we're heading in the direction that we truly want to go into before we enter into Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 years, which is going to go down in November. So this is a check-in on where it is that you're at for your transformation, for transformation of the world. Big energy that's going down right now. Opportunities for us to really fine-tune the direction of our life moving forward. So this is definitely an auspicious time right now for us to be setting some clear intentions. When we pair that up with this Virgo moon and Virgo being connected to service, being connected to our health and wellness, this is all about our general well-being, our quality of life, fam. This is some next level energy. And so I wanted to check in, get us some divine guidance so that we can really begin making some decisions, making some choices where we can lay down solid foundations moving forward and being able to become, or we are becoming, we are the greatest versions of ourselves. And as we move forward, as we begin navigating, we start being in alignment for the assignment that we came here to be. This is when you start to really feel it. This is when that connection starts to really come in. So we're going to see what we have from the divine sources that are coming through, giving thanks to all of the divine supports that are assisting in delivering this message, calling on that Archangel Gabriel to come through, assist me, giving a clear and intuitive channel. We're going to get some guidance from the goddesses. We're going to get it from the animal spirit guides. We're going to get it from the celestial luminaries. And then we're going to see what message the divine is trying to deliver to us so that we can navigate this week just with a little bit of proficiency out here. So let's set it off with the tarot card. We got the Two of Swords that's coming through. The Two of Swords, it comes through and it has that reverse energy. So this is all about, when you see that Two of Swords coming through, this is about that duality in the thinking, right? So this is something that Spirit wants us to look at, and where we're struggling with that, right? That this or that either or and everything, right? And so the goddess Medusa is coming in with the rage, So she's coming in, reminding us about that rage, bringing this energy, talking about some changes, that we need to be making as and moving forward and everything, and how we can move more into a space of being balanced in our expression and how we handling folks out here in these streets, right? And so this goddess Medusa is coming through to remind us about the rage that we have within us. Time for us to really begin diving deep. And then the crow spirit coming through. Crow showed up in reverse, but the crow is coming in telling us that we need to co-create with spirit. And then last but not least, the waxing crescent moon comes through with the reminder of having faith in our dreams. And so when the tarot card comes through with that Two of Swords that's in reverse, this is really about that duality in our thought process. Sometimes we get into this space where we're feeling one way, right? We got that conflicting type of thing going on where our heart and our head kind of conflicts with each other. This is a time for us right now to begin eliminating those relationships where you feel like your heart and your head is in conflict, because the goddess Medusa is coming through with this rage energy, right? Letting you know that your rage is definitely justified, right? And in order for you to move into a space of balance, right, in order for you to be in your freest expression, you're going to have to move away from that energy, right? Like, you can't be in this space where you're in a place where you're vibrating low because of the surroundings around you, right? When you're in hostile environments, sometimes it's your best bet to exit stage left. And so the goddess Medusa is coming through, reminding you about how being in those types of environments can definitely elicit rage. But then when you go off and you get your buttons pushed, then you out of line and you wrong. And so this goddess Medusa is coming through, letting you know your best way, your best strategy in navigating that situation is to come up out of there and get from around that type of energy, right? And then the crow spirit is coming through, reminding us that we got to co-create with spirit, right? And this is about shifting into a positive light consciousness, because when you vibrating down here on this low part, right, you can't hear what spirit is delivering to you, right? And so when you raise that frequency up just a little bit higher, then this is when spirit can get to you and get that message and give you that information that you need so that you can navigate that situation masterfully. But you have to be in the vibration in order to hear that from spirit. And so when this crow is coming through, reminding you to co-create with spirit, this is how you step into your power. power. This is where that mastery is, right? When you're co-creating with spirit, you're not bothered by the naysayers, the player haters, right? The alligators that's out there in them waters, right? You are busy selling high in your own thing, vetting your thoughts and the folks that you keep around you, right? Because you ain't trying to be in this state of rage, you understand? You co-creating with spirit and you ain't got time for that foolishness. And see, when you're doing that, this shifts that frequency. This shifts that frequency. And so this is why that waxing crescent moon energy is coming through, reminding you, encouraging you, family, to have faith in your dreams, because everybody ain't gonna see it the way that you do. Matter of fact, when we got this Uranus that's going backwards, that's wild card energy and everything. When folks see you doing stuff that's differently, you go hear a lot of naysaying, a lot of player hating and all of that other stuff, a lot of alligating and all of that, right? Right? Is that a word, alligating? I'm liking that. That's a new word. I'm using that. Okay, I like that a lot. But anyway, then you ain't got to be in this whole duality mentality, right? You ain't worrying about what they say. Maybe I need to hold back on what this is. Maybe this ain't a good idea after all and everything, because haters is gonna hate. Don't you worry about them. You get the hell from around them and you be about your business. You co-create with spirit. Have faith in your dreams, family. All right. Hope that helped you out. Peace and light. Peace and love.